I want to start with a question. When you hear the word sport, what is it that you imagine? Perhaps what you imagine is supporting your favorite team on a big stadium, or maybe you imagine yourself in the middle of the action itself. Or maybe what you're thinking is about your favorite player on a legendary moment, a play, or a game. Am I anywhere near what you imagine? Maybe I am. You should know that if that's what you imagine, you are looking only a very small fraction of all sports played. Sport I'm thinking of looks a bit more like this, and this, or even this, and is not televised, or even this. Hi, my name is Francisco, and I'm hoping that by the end of this presentation, we will both agree on why does this difference matters. But seriously, why does it matter? I believe that it matters because sport have a unique quality to help each one of us reach our full potential. And beyond that, it teaches us a very important skills of courage in the face of a challenge, of grit even when things look very gloomy, and most important of all, to be tolerant. But let's look at some of the facts. It's no secret that sport is a great contributor to reducing major disease such as heart diseases, stroke, and even certain types of diabetes. And contrary to popular belief, sports contributes to academic attainment because it requires repetition, it requires memorization, and it requires learning. And if you play sports, you know it's a great way to build a sense of community, a sense that you belong to something, and a way to solve problems together. There is even clear evidence that physical activity reduces the risk of depression and the cognitive decline over the years. But what really amazes me is that despite all the differences, like cultural differences, language, gender, religion, or any of the political views we hold, sport brings people together. But let me tell you a little bit more about me and about the journey that led me to speaking to you here today. I was born in Angola. Angola is a country in Africa. And a couple of things you should know about Angola is that it's a very rich country, both culturally and in natural resources. So you might ask, how was it like to grow in Angola? Well, I was born just after the independence. And effectively, I grew up in the middle of a bloody civil war, afraid of death, prosecution, and bombs. Yes, bombs are the worst. You could hear them coming from far, and you knew that was a luck of the draw. Those could have been your last seconds alive. And I was only 12 years old. Despite all that, I think I am one of the lucky ones. Well, first because I'm here telling my story, and because I always had my brother to save me from trouble, and I had basketball to keep me out of trouble. As an immigrant, I have traveled a lot. Perhaps this is a privilege, perhaps not, but I have lived today in four countries, and in three continents around the world. But why am I telling you all of this? Well, I want to bring back to the context of sports. So I'm 43 years old, and I still play in Division 1 and Division 2 here in UK. And I'm often competing with players 23 years younger than me. I have to accept that sport contributes significantly to my health. And believe it or not, when I came to UK, I couldn't speak English, or I couldn't be able to do this TED talk. But that never stopped me from joining a group of people in a local team and making friends that way. Because sport is truly a universal language that connects people. Today, I'm the CEO and founder, and I'm dedicating all my lives and skills so that sport is available to everyone. But here's an idea for you. If you look at the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, given all the benefits that we know of sport, you will start to wondering that something is missing there. So my challenge to you is that next time you put on your running shoes, or that you joined a group of friends to play a match, just take a moment and ask yourself, should this be your privilege or a human right? Thank you.